I look and I see a car coming up at light speed, just flying. And he whizzed by me right here. He was so close to my car that this car shook. And so I thought, what is going on? Is there some type of emergency? He says he was going 70. I could have caught up to 70 in about that fast. But it took me almost 3 miles to catch up with him. That's how fast he was going. He saw me coming. I could see in his side view mirror that he watched me walk up. The car was lower. It's kind of a sports car. I tapped on the window. Said, "Sir, roll your window down." The passenger started asking me, "Why are you stopping us? What did we do? What's your jurisdiction?" I ignored Miss Davis and I focused on the driver. "Turn the car off." More questions from Miss Davis. I told him, "Turn the car off, do it now." It's called a command voice in police training, and it was effective because he turned the car off at that moment. "Sir, take the keys out of the ignition, put them on the dash." And I got more verbal resistance from Miss Davis. Third command, "Sir, I need your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. Do it now, or I'm gonna hook you up in handcuffs and take you to jail."
Treat me like a fool, because I'll hook you up.
Do you have any insurance, Gary?
You're not prepared for this, I see. You don't have your registration, proof of insurance?
We have everything here.
Officer, I just bought the car.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm fighting it.
Okay. Do so.
Can you give me a second?
I'll wait.
Can you please stop acting this way?
No, because he is endangering the life of you and me and everyone else out here on the road by driving 100 miles an hour. Weaving in and out of traffic.
I wish you wouldn't act this way because it makes
You know what?
you make me feel very uncomfortable.
I'm mad.
Yeah, but you're making me feel very
Well, I'm sorry about that.
I
You
feel
should make
very-
me feel uncomfortable doing 100 miles an hour. You're not uncomfortable? You're doing 100 miles an hour?
Officer Pigman, I feel threatened by you.
Okay. Well,
And you're supposed to protect me. And I feel threatened. I can't even find my registration right now because I feel threatened by your behavior. The way that you're acting is really scaring me.
I'm upset about it.
You're upset by it. You're
Because he
acting.
put my life in danger, your life in danger, and all these other folks that he's weaving in and out of traffic.
Yeah, there's a way
I'm not
you
happy
can.
about it.
Yeah, there's a way you can hold things where you don't scare people. Okay? And you're not handling it.
He didn't scare you by driving 100 miles an hour weaving out of traffic. He didn't scare all these other folks on the road. That didn't scare you a bit. When me raising my voice to get over the traffic that's whizzing by, that scared you.
Somewhere soon after that, my backup arrives. And I told my backup officer that these folks had been non-cooperative and that I intended to arrest the driver for reckless driving. I told Officer Conroy that I'm going to tell Mr. Marco Giannis to exit the vehicle no more than 3 times. If he refuses to exit the vehicle after the 3rd time, I'm going to spray him with chemical agent.
Out of the car. I probably mispronounced your name, but step out of the car for me.
Why does he have to step out of the car?
Please step out of the car, do it now.
Why?
Because I said so.
Under arrest?
You're going to be under arrest right now. If you don't step out of the car, you're going to be other things you're going to have to worry
What, you're arrested?
Oh, he's got,
Get out of the car now!
he's got his pepper spray out?
Yeah, because you're refusing to get out of the car.
Are you serious?
At that moment, he unbuckled his seatbelt. It's when we got to about the back of his vehicle, she began to screaming.
Are you serious? What the f*** are you doing?
Get back in the car! Get back in the car!
She was halfway out of the vehicle. Before I got back to her, I yelled to her at least twice, maybe 3 times, "Get back in the car! Get back in the car!" I met her right here. I pushed her back in the car. She pushes back. And at the same time, drops her hands from here and grabs my gun belt. It's August. She's sweating. And when I gripped down to pull, my hands slipped right off her shoulders. And I was left with 2 handfuls of hair. There's no policy against pulling somebody's hair, and if you're in a resisting. If I could get a different grip, I probably would have done something else, but there was no other way. And I pulled her this way, away from the door. I'd push down, and I'd get her maybe halfway down, she'd push right back up. I was getting nowhere. When all of a sudden, this arm, and I'm right-handed, was done. The fight was gone in this arm.
Put your hands behind your back, do it now! Put your hands behind your back, do it now!
I sprayed my chemical agent directly to where I thought her eyes would be. The velocity of the chemical agent parted her hair. That's when I noticed she had sunglasses on. I let off the actuator briefly, just for a moment, to reposition myself and sprayed, tried to get into that gap. And I started telling her, you're hurting yourself. And you'll hear it on tape, you're hurting yourself. That's when she's trying to kick me. And she kept sort of, each time she'd kick, she would fall backwards onto her elbows or onto her side.
You're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. You got just what you...
Officer Conroy, once she saw that Miss Davis was secure, she monitored Miss Davis from that point on. One of the officers called OFD, Orlando Fire Department, when I happened to walk by the guy who was flushing her eyes. And he said, this woman, she's talking about wanting to go to the hospital. I made a flippant comment to the OFD guy. I said, waved my hand like this. I said, let her enjoy it. It was a comment out of frustration and pain on my part.
It's just, let her enjoy it. Yeah, she's enjoying it.